Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you the last match from the ASL Season 14 qualifiers. This is BarrackS, and this is Scan, and it is the finals. They have met in the finals of the qualifiers before, where Scan did lose. I believe that was last season, and in fact, they met on day one as well. And in fact, they even had the exact same spawns as this, so it's kind of crazy how much these two are meeting up. Two of the best Terrans in the world for sure, but only one of them going to go on to that wonderful ASL final tournament, right? That's kind of what they are all fighting for, and it's sad to see people get eliminated when they are this close, but that's the way it's got to be. So our map is Vermeer, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play this at normal speed. I saw a lot of feedback that people are really preferring that instead. But yeah, always going to be trying new things and seeing how they go over. I hope you guys enjoy. Do make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button. It is much appreciated. All right. So yeah, Vermeer. Before, when these guys played on the previous day, I believe it was a very teched out opening from Scan, utilizing Wraiths against a very fast command center from BarrackS. We'll see if anything is like that once again. This is a forward 11 racks from Scan, so this is meant to possibly punish any fast expands from his opponents. The Marines will just travel there a lot faster than if, say, the BarrackS was here, right? That extra, like, 5-6 seconds makes a gigantic difference. So it looks like this time BarrackS is not, in fact, going to go for a super fast command center. He's getting his own gas, as is Scan, so pretty even as far as those openers go. No one with the advantage as of yet. I guess on Scan side, his BarrackS can maybe scout a little bit quicker because it is a little bit further out there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what types of openers that they want to do. One of the very interesting things that we saw in one of the previous games where Scan played against Bishop on Polypoid is that both of them decided to do 2 factory pressure builds against each other, which is, again, not as common at the pro level. So very, very interesting to see. I'm kind of digging it, seeing if we can have Scan go for something like that here once again. Now, here goes that factory. And, of course, BarrackS already has his factory started. BarrackS will get the first scout off here. And, in fact, we'll go after this Marine. Scan's micro seems to be, just a little bit off there, getting trapped on the side. Yeah, the egg blocking is what got him. He should have been able to win that. But it is actually very close with SCV against Marine. It really comes down to micro, to be honest. Now, Scan going to go up and actually get the scout off. He's going to go after the Marine as well, but BarrackS... good moving shot there. Second Marine comes down, and of course, that will immediately prevent Scan from getting any sort of kill there. Does look like we're going to have the fast expansion, and looks similar over on this side. This Marine the second Marine did end up killing off the SCV of BarrackS, so that's kind of nice. And command center is going to be going down. BarrackS gets put down, and then the returning SCV of Scan going to jump up here and put down that command center as well, just slightly later. Now, one thing to mention here is that this is just add-on first for BarrackS. So if Scan does not send his first Vulture across the map, then, yeah, and he's not going to here, then that is a slight advantage for BarrackS. He might have done this because he has 2 Marines remaining, and he knows that Scan lost 1 Marine, right? Like, even something small like that can allow you to maybe take this type of advantage, right? Where you've got, like, this still has 2 Vulture hits, this has 2 Vulture hits. So even if the Vulture does come cross-map, sometimes you're going to be able to prevent it with just the Marines because of missed shots from going up that ramp. But now that he's got a tank out first, that's a very powerful first unit. It's not that common to see the tank get out first. Now, Scan doesn't know that there's a tank as of yet. His racks is coming over. BarrackS sees the couple Vultures, so he knows that it was 2 Vultures first. And in fact, the tank going to go around the incoming BarrackS. Wow, this is a very smart play here from BarrackS, because from here, he's going to have a second tank coming up. This one has been hidden, and when he has 2 tanks followed by speed, this can be very deadly. But it is tank starport, so let's see how Scan ends up holding on here. Obviously, his Wraiths going to have a big advantage, but the amount of speed vultures that are going to come with these two tanks clearing the way is going to be huge for BarrackS. Now, up comes that first siege tank. Now, look at this. Scan has his own siege tank coming out now. The tank going to help to push this back. Very important moment from Scan that he's getting some additional damage on this first tank before the second one gets up. Maybe a little bit greedy there from BarrackS. He's trying to pull back this one, and we'll see if he can actually get to survive. He's just barely going to save this tank. It is very low on health, though, so he does have to watch out for it. Some SCVs being pulled to repair it a little bit as well. In the meantime, we have this Wraith harassing a little bit. More tanks on the way. So it looks to me like Scan should be able to just hold this straight up. Like, he's repairing very well. His second tank coming out. So there's no big advantage here, to be honest, for BarrackS. In fact, a little bit of a disadvantage, if I can be honest. But great micro right there. Picks off one of the siege tanks immediately. Okay, one falls here as well for BarrackS. But now the speed vultures coming in are going to have a little bit of a better time because this tank is very, very low. And is there going to be enough damage output to stop all the vultures coming across? Now, over on this side, the Wraith has denied the armory, at least for a little bit. Only one armory got started. Sometimes you start two just to make sure the Wraith can't stop everything. BarrackS getting some additional damage done here. The Wraiths, of course, kind of dominating the air. Like, look, he's got 3 kills on this one already. This Wraith back at home really helping in the defense as well. Mines are being upgraded for BarrackS, so when those get out, if he can get some mines up near the command center, that's going to be huge. Scan's going to have a very hard time dealing with that. Looking at the SCV count, looks like Scan has the advantage here for the moment, but here come those mines I was talking about. Siege tanks are not actually good against mines pre-siege mode, so that is a bit of an issue. And as you can see, BarrackS has forced him back. Ooh, a little bit deeper of a dive than what I thought he would end up going for here, but still, he is going to get a few of the SCVs, preventing some production as well. Now, the Academy coming up as Scan is getting his cloak upgrade here. Multiple Goliaths being made, but Scan not done killing SCVs as of yet. Going to start preventing the Academy from finishing as well. Very annoying move to do. Very hard to actually get these finished because SCVs just dance so randomly. You see a mine has hit this siege tank. He's going to be very careful not to let any of his tanks die. Out comes the first Goliath finally. It is a 5 SCV advantage for Scan right now, but again, don't forget, he's having a hard time getting his natural actually mining, so the game is closer than maybe it looks because of that. Okay, so after all is said and done in this early game, who's winning? It's kind of the big question here, right? No scanner yet here for Scan. He is going to get it very shortly, but that's going to cost him 4 SCVs as far as production goes. So that is a little bit annoying. This is great clearing of the mines utilizing the Wraiths and siege tanks. Over on this side, we have Goliath range coming, second add-on, so definitely BarrackS wants to start getting siege tanks out. 3 factories going, even though he's down 10 SCVs right now. Yeah, I guess you got to look at this and say that Scan has the advantage. He's got the cloak rates, which are very, very useful. And, in fact, took some damage right there on that siege tank, just getting blown up right away. So, a little bit painful. Comes out forward a little bit here as well, just kind of zoning out those vultures from running in and doing any more containment work on him. Cloaked rates flying in. 1 towards the main, 1 towards the natural, 2 others kind of being sent elsewhere right now. Going to force him to really use all of his scans. All right, the first one goes down, and he isn't actually going to lose a Wraith here. In fact, he might lose 2 if he's not careful. Yeah, second scan goes down, and that's painful. 2 Wraiths gone from all that. This Wraith's still up here doing a little bit of harassment. It's not that long until there's another scan up, so he should be able to clear that. All right, scan right now, pushing forward with these tanks. Let's see if he gets too far out. I do recall the first time that they played, that was a little bit of an issue. Ooh, is he going to be too far out here once again? This is great using this little bit of terrain. All right, siege is up, but yeah, it might be a bit too much here. Oh, God, the mine's going to go off. The 3 tanks down at the bottom. They are going to pick off a little bit more. but the rest of BarrackS units going to move up towards the north. Only a single siege tank popping out. The Wraith's not going to be much help. It's a while before any more units come out here as well. And BarrackS getting some significant damage done here. Very, very painful moment for Scan. All right, well, coming up and, unfortunately, losing a lot of the siege tanks there. This is just so dirty right now for Scan. Goes from being up 10 SCVs to down 10. A terrible situation for him indeed. And, well, oh, God, even mines hitting his siege tanks as they come out. Seems like an impossible game at this point. BarrackS just getting so far ahead. Well, Scan gonna come up, and I mean, he's still utilizing this Wraith, and there's no Goliaths in sight. In fact, none even on the way. So he is eventually going to clear this out. But it's hard to imagine how you go ahead and win a game like this. 13 workers down against now 3 bases here from BarrackS. BarrackS just doing a great job of getting in on top of Scan when he was overextended a little bit too much to the south. Now, Scan does have his own 3rd command center, but a mine is there. Oh, we have an additional containment coming out here. Very, very painful stuff to be playing against. Scan's command center on fire. He's going to go ahead and siege up. We'll see what he can get done. Like, maybe he can stabilize, start producing SCVs out of all 3, and I don't know. It's a tough one, right? Like, he's going to be behind in every single way here. So Wraith's starting to be produced over on BarrackS' side of the map. He has that +1 almost finished with Science Facility on the way. I mean, if he gets +2, that just becomes worse and worse and worse. Let's take a look. As far as Scan goes, he doesn't have +1 even started yet, unfortunately. Definitely one of the most powerful things that you can have is that +2 attack in Terran versus Terran. His Wraith's trying so hard to help pick off some of these tanks, but it's just not working right now. All right, well, that was a pretty bad rally from BarrackS, a misclick perhaps, but kills that off as well. Some SCVs coming out. Has a Goliath here still as well for that anti-Wraith. And we'll see if Scan is actually able to push through anything. This CC, by the way, went back and landed the main base, is producing SCVs, which is very, very smart. Definitely should be doing that to try to catch up. Oh, God, not the best siege here, unfortunately. His SCV is unable to come down and help him to break out. This containment, like, this is a great way to finish a TvT. You never really finish by killing your opponent, or at least it's very rare. The way that you finish them is you reinforce siege tank lines like this that just choke them out, and you can see just how choked out Scan is right now. He's down 15 workers, less tanks than his opponent has at his base. Now, he is producing quite a few. He's making a few more Wraiths here and there. Maybe there's a way in. Like, maybe he can bust these up and BarrackS spends too many units trying to keep the containment up. It doesn't seem likely, though. Looks like he has a Vulture down scouting the map a little bit. A lot of factories have been added, so up on 7 facts now against just 3 on the other side with the same number of add-ons. So it's like everything coming out of these 4 factories is bonus. Also, he's in a better siege position, so that gives his units more power overall. So Scan having a very difficult time here. All right, the Wraith's flying forward. And, oh, the Goliath is actually gone here. I hadn't noticed what had happened there, but that's actually a pretty big deal. This is going to allow him to have that additional vision and really start to pick off these siege tanks. All right, finally Scan here with a little bit of a lucky break. The siege tanks come down. And, well, everything just kind of gets pushed back for the time being. Third base, gonna get a transfer to it. He's only down 11 SCVs now. I mean, it's still kind of brutal, right? Like, he's down 30 supply, but maybe there is some sort of chance here. You know, I feel like there is a chance. Okay, he's making a Valkyrie, but oh, moves forward with this big siege line now. BarrackS is contained, not doing quite as well as it was before. The siege count for Scan is pretty powerful right now. Of course, his upgrades still way off. Not even bothering to get them. Adding those Valkyries in, I'm not sure what the game-winning plan would be here. It looks like he's going to utilize more of his SCVs to tank a little bit here, move up, and try to break out of this containment a bit more. A lot of Vultures running up, trying to lay mines. And they actually will do a reasonable job. Oh my god, the siege tanks just being absolutely decimated. You know, just a moment of hope there for Scan, and suddenly reset completely. He's down even more supply, 37 supply down right now. Fourth base going up for BarrackS. And Scan continues to reinforce his own siege line here. Unfortunately, this tank will be falling. Love to see the Wraiths pop out and destroy that one remaining health on that siege tank, or a couple of volleys. Tries to dive onto this one Goliath. Only sees one. There are actually a couple more up here, but that would be a great idea if that was all the anti-air there was. But up come the Valkyries and Wraiths. Doesn't look like it's going to be a very promising engagement here for Scan. He has a fair amount of Wraiths, but the Valkyrie count does go to BarrackS, and that's what really is important here. In fact, he's going to take down the Wraiths so quickly and then just move forward with Goliaths as well. Really almost nothing left over. All right, SCVs coming down. Maybe one final bust opportunity here for Scan before too many tanks get here. They move forward. +2 is done for the tanks, though. Any targeting is going to absolutely massacre. And that's it. GG. BarrackS wins game 1.